Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's Timo, and the Timo Show is where you have landed yourself at this precise moment. And on the Timo Show, we're going to be painting the exterior of the house. We're going to talk about the steps I like to go through. Like right now, step number 1, wash the house, clean it off, get all the dirt off and all the dust. But before we get too far in that, if you guys are interested in how I get jobs like this for $1 using a Facebook ad strategy, then click that top link in the description, and there's a step-by-step guide down there for you guys. Because a job like this, we were able to charge $4,200. Now, there were some expenses. Obviously, there's always expenses when it comes to painting exterior houses. When painting in general, there's always expenses. Like Eddie that you see on the screen helping me, my helper, I pay him, and also the materials are going to cost some money as well. So step number 2, after you wash the house, you guys, make sure that you put all the primer and necessary undercoaters and sealers that you need. Right here I'm applying a sealer because this stucco was super dry, so I had to apply some sealer to it before. So if you guys need help estimating the job to figure out like how do I come up with that number, how did I arrive at that number, well, I also have an estimating sheet that I use for every job, and it's free. It's down in the description below as well. So check out those links in the comment and the pin comment and the description below. But yeah, you know, painting, it's hard. I always say it's hard work but easy money. And people say that don't really make sense. Well, for me, it's because, you know, I guess it's like it's physically taxing a little bit. It's a little physically difficult at times. You know, sometimes you're outside and climbing lots of ladders and things like that. But the easy money part is like, you know, you're working for yourself. You know, and being self-employed is like freedom. Somewhere to be too is like really important for me. Like waking up in the morning and having somewhere to be and having to be held accountable is there's something to that, and I encourage you guys to do that as well. Like I feel like there's nothing worse waking up and not really have anything to do for the day, and that kind of helps me stay sharp, I think. You know, and plus painting all these different jobs, it gets me out and gets me to different places, different towns, different cities. I get to meet tons of different people, and I'm consistently practicing a craft, you know, and to be able to like constantly practice and hone in a craft is definitely rewarding. To me, at least, it is, and I think it could be to you too. So if you're struggling, you're not sure what to do, you're in a kind of a weird like limbo spot, painting can be helpful. You know, hit the subscribe button if you are in that position and you need some help, because, you know, we'll offer you some tips, different ways to make money, different side hustles. But this is a painting video, of course, and when it comes to painting, it allows me to like have a sense of pride, because I take pride in my work, and you know, it's a little fun too. I gotta be honest with you, at the end of the jobs it's fun, because the actual painting part, like what we're doing right now on screen, the painting, the spraying, and even the rolling part's a little physical, but it's fun. Watching it change the colors and making something look better like right away has always been like, it's like satisfaction, which is why I think it works on screen. You know, I think that's why I like making these videos. I love rewatching them. It's enjoyable. It's actually a little bit relaxing, you know what I mean? So if you guys made it this far in this video, give me a thumbs up, so that way I know that you guys do like these types of videos, and that way when I make more of these videos, YouTube will feed them out to you guys, so you guys get a chance to watch this and have that instant gratification while watching them. So I told you guys I'd talk to you a little bit more about the expenses and everything. So we spent about $100 on gas traveling, because this was a little bit of a ways out from where I live and typically my normal work zone. So we spent about $100 in gas. Took us about 3 to 4 days to get it done. I think it was like 4 full days, you know, or so, including the drive. And we spent, I think, about $800 to $1,000 on material. And now I'm always real fluctuating, because there's always these little things that I buy extra that I don't typically use the entire, you know, package or bucket or whatever for this job. So I always feel like there's a little gap for that. So a lot of times when you do buy material, there is stuff like primer, sealer, caulking, and a little bit, hardly ever tape and paper. But sometimes tape and paper is left over after the job, and you can reuse that stuff for the next job, but you still charge for it. So anytime that you are gonna start painting a house and you need to start buying paint, one real helpful tip that I can give you is go into the paint store and ask to set up a contractor account. Like if it's a Kelly Moore or a Benjamin, I recommend Kelly Moore, but if it's a Benjamin more Sherwin-Williams, Pittsburgh Paints, PPG. Go in there and ask to speak to somebody and set up an account, because what they'll do is they'll give you contractor pricing, so you can get a little bit of a discount, and then when it comes to doing jobs, you could always mark up the material a little bit to help out with different things like spray tips and different things like brake pads and oil changes. You catch my drift? So anytime that you hire somebody, they're always going to mark you up, because, and even still, if they're buying stuff in bulk, there's always price breaks for bulk. So just keep that in mind when you're going into this. If you are thinking about doing this as a side hustle, painting houses, I recommend starting outside. Outsides are a little less confusing to estimate, as well as they have a lot more room for mistakes. If you do make some mistakes, it's typically pretty easily fixed, especially on an exterior. Now, the interior, there's a lot of collateral damage, especially if the people live in the house. The carpet is, if you spill paint on the carpet, you're kind of gonna have some problems. So if you are just getting started, also, sub to my second channel, which is all strictly painting. We do a lot of tips and tricks and time lapse over there as well, and that can help you out along the way. But yeah, so basically, you guys make sure to wash the house, sand down, scrape any flaking paint, prime, seal, undercoat, and come back through and paint that sucker. Do a great job. Be happy with what you're doing. Make it look good. Make it look good. I like to spray all the body and back roll, and then I come back and do the trim. Here I'm spraying the gutters. Anytime there's gutters or a flat surface that hasn't been painted by a brush, I'm always going to try to spray it. So if this video was awesome, or if it was just all right, or if you guys even made it this far, give me a thumbs up in the next video. Watch one of these videos if you want to watch more, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.